a podcast about nothing.
When it comes to entrepreneurship, a lot of people say that they want this life, right? They've said it. I probably slipped them and said it a couple times. I probably said it a couple times. But let me ask you guys, because you guys are the heads of the ship at this point in your lives, what is the biggest misconception about entrepreneurship? And how do you recognize an entrepreneur for people who come to you for that type of advice? And I ask this because you said, like, some people are there to just do their jobs. I know I'm the type of person some people kind of wouldn't want on their team, because I consider myself, for a lot of people, a good employee. I'm going to do my job and go home. I ain't going to do no extra. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to add no extra work. I ain't going to do no extra time. I'm not putting in I know that about myself. So how do you guys recognize that about people, and what is the biggest misconception about it that you've seen? Like, from the advice that you've given, a little piece of advice from the people going to the next level, what was the difference between them and I'm sure you guys get a million questions. What are the difference between them and the others?
But the biggest misconception of entrepreneurship is that it's a couple of things, but for me, I guess I could say it's you're fooled by how much time you're really going to put into something. Like, you are fooled of, you think you're about to sit here for 4 hours a day and make this work, when you really about to sit here for like 16 hours a day and do this work, or all day long. You don't realize how hard you're about to work, even though sometimes you don't feel it.
Because you're so anxious to get it done.
Like, it's about to go down. So the biggest misconception to me is the time. You don't know how hard you're about to work. If you're gonna make something work,
it doesn't feel like hard work to you, though.
It doesn't some certain things. It just depends on what it is I'm doing. Okay. But this is one of them things people come to you and say, like, "Yo, how do you get started?" It's no secret. Yeah. There's literally no secret to this. It's just, do you want it that bad or not? That's all it is. Yeah. It's all it is. It's like, do you really want this? It's gonna show. It's gonna show somewhere. And I've checked myself plenty of times over the years. I've gotten into so many different ventures that I realized I don't want, because my work ethic did not pan out. Like, y'all know about, got into all kinds of things, movies, TV. I'm like, this ain't working. This ain't for me. Nah, I don't know about this one either. Like, I just know where my time goes. I know I'm gonna make this work. So it's just that's it for me, honestly.
No, I agree fully. I think the misconception is that because you work for yourself, you have more time. Like, people think it's more flexible. And it is the opposite. It's like, when I think of 2008 to 2012, I worked Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, every birthday. I missed funerals, I missed weddings. Yes. I missed children being born. I mean, y'all know, Auntie Didi and them pulled up and was like, "Yo, we haven't seen you in 2.5 years. We had to make sure you were still alive." And it's partly you don't realize how much time has passed because you're in it. Yeah. But it's also like, it relies on you to be successful. So I had to learn, like, how to break away and, like, put other people in position to run things. Because those first 4 years, I was in it. And like you said, 16 hours a day was like minimum. It wasn't, there was nothing else. It was just the thing I was building. And so, like, you know, it really wasn't until Davina came into the picture and started, like, slowly pulling me away and saying, like,
you have a life.
Enjoy life. Like, you know, you got siblings.
Thank God.
You're welcome.
You know, you got responsibilities outside of business that, if you're not doing it for that, then what are you really doing it for? And that's when I was like, oh, okay. And even with that, I still struggle with the balance. Like, Davina said, like,
You say 12, but it wasn't until 14 that we slowly went into being there, and
until his kids were born is, I feel like, when you when Thomas was born was like, oh, okay, here he goes.
It was 14. 14 when we moved. 14 is when we moved into the new space, right?
Well, us getting married was really it was the first time I didn't work. Our honeymoon was the first time I didn't work.
No, that's not completely true.
Then you gotta work on my
I didn't work before the honeymoon.
No, you worked on the honeymoon.
Yeah, but I mean, like, not.
He's like, I went.
I went on the honeymoon. That's what I meant. Like, I
went to the honeymoon
It
now.
wasn't 16 hours there.
No,
Like,
so
the
we
first
made
day
we
of
made a
the
pact.
I worked at 9 to 5.
I slept.
The first
never
he
slept
slept
that
for the
much in my
first
life.
2 days,
I need to hear the
dog.
whole story. Break it down. So what happened is like I was there. So I'm trying to figure out what happened. So what I miss?
He slept the first 2 days.
It was like I caught up on 6 years of sleep in the first 2 days.
First 2 days of the honeymoon. And he probably would have slept a third, but I was like, dog, I'm partying with everybody on this damn boat. And I done told everybody about you, but nobody believes me. Everybody thinks I'm just here by myself.
I just got married.
You walk in the cafeteria like, hey, Davino! We've been here 2 days.
I'm getting free drinks, guys. I'm at the club. Literally, he slept.
The first 2 days.
For the 2 days.
Because, like, it was the first time, because we took a cruise. So when the boat left, there was no internet access for the first 2 days. It was the first time I could allow myself to turn my brain off. For 6 years, I had to always, like you said, be prepared.
Yeah.
My biggest fear
Facts.
is not being prepared.
I'm about to say, he always
so
ready.
the first 6 years of running a company, I always was worried about what could go wrong. What am I not thinking about? What am I not doing right? What could I do better? And from the time I woke up to the time I went to sleep, my mind never stopped. And then when I slept, I dreamt about it. And then I'd wake up and be like, it's 3:30, I'm up, let me go. Like, because why go back to sleep? I got a few more hours. When we left the dock, and they were like, yeah, there's not gonna be internet for the first 2 days. And I was like, well, what do I think about now? And I didn't have anything to think about or worry about. I closed my eyes, and I literally woke up, and it was like a day later. I mean, it was like, yo, you slept for like 18 hours. It's like, shit.
And then
You
went
plotted
back.
that.
And then went back.
Plotted that, didn't
And then
you?
went back to sleep.
Then went back to
But
sleep.
we made a plan. I was like, all right, when we hit St. Thomas,
That's what the internet was.
then we can.
He's like, all right, I get up for this.
I was like, yo, you can work, take calls, answer emails. And so when we were in St.
Got that
Thomas,
little 1 bar Wi-Fi, that little bottle joint on the side. Bang it out.
That's all
Got
I
that 1
need.
bottle one. You ain't got the 4 yet. You got this that 1 at the bottom. Like, yeah, we're gonna make this work.
3G. That was hit the button. Like,
in St.
Oh,
Thomas,
funny.
it was like, all right, so where you could actually go off into the island for the full day. We went out for like an hour, and then we went back to the boat. Because all I wanted to do was eat and go talk to my friends anyway.
Not your friends.
I had friends. I literally had
Friends.
friends. All the bartenders, like drinks for everybody. On you, right, dog? No, just kidding.
yeah, that's the biggest misconception. And we talk about it all the time. Like, if anyone's going into business, I'm like, would you do this if you won a lottery? That's like my question. Because if the answer is no, don't do it. Because like, same thing. We've had many ventures, and it's like if I don't have that feeling, I know I'm gonna be lazy.
Right.
And you can't afford to be lazy with your thing.
Anything you do.
So it's like if you win a lottery,
Didn't mean.